This venue may look familiar. I filmed an MMA tournament here a couple vlogs ago, but today we are starting a 4-day conference. It's just B-roll today, so we're gonna have sticks, gimbal, and camera. Waiting for my contact to arrive, but I was allowed to quickly check in.
Example of maybe what Ring Central does. You know, I've been a top performer and I am an individual contributor, right? And so
I grabbed all the panelists. I got a few more minutes before they cycle through and some new ones come on, but just wanted to show the Benro tripod that I have. I'm not even sure of the model number, but it's lightweight. I do like that the center column rises, but it's not strong enough for the type of build that I usually have on here, which has the top handle, the monitor, the lavalier, the shotgun mic. So looking into a better head, I have another pair of sticks at home, but the E-Image or ICANN GH06 seems to be a really good fluid head for about $500-600, and it also accepts Manfrotto plates, which is the same that is for this Benro tripod, for my Zion crane. So just to have that cross compatibility is really nice, and I've heard good things about it, but it's currently back ordered. So one of the many things that I want that is back ordered. These conferences always want B-roll that has energy, so I want to get a shot of a group of people taking a selfie here. There is no group here, so I'm gonna have to orchestrate that. So we're gonna take the camera off the sticks onto the gimbal and corral some people in here and just make the shot, because I could stand here for forever and someone might never stop and take a photo.
We work here, does that matter? Do you care? What do you want us to do?
So we could just do like a simple point, or like, well, it's gonna be video, there's no audio.
Okay.
Okay, so we have a little bit more to the side. Perfect. There you go. So I'll count down, and then you guys can point, hold your hands, whatever you like. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Thank you guys.
Thank you. This is such a good time.
Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. That was perfect. Thank you guys. Easy enough. So that was not on the shot list, but I know these brands want to see them using the stuff that they pay for. So this guy scanned his QR code. So I just said, can you do it one more time? And the marketers are gonna love that, to see that their stuff is actually being used. This is gonna be our interview station. We're gonna pull out these ropes a little closer, expand the area, and have a 2-camera interview. 1 wide, 1 tight, with lighting and potentially 3 handheld mics. So we have a little bit of daylight spill coming in here. So I'll try to figure out what the best color temperature is for these lights. But this is the situation we're working with, and it's actually really nice. It's nice to have a super wide backdrop and tall, because sometimes they're very small and you have to put the people very close together. We got room on this one. It's day 2. Every time I'm working, I wish I had a bigger car, and every time I'm not working, I love my car. So all of the same gear for every other type of conference work, except second C70 rental and a Tamron 150 to 600 for the keynote. I think I'll be all the way in the back and need that extra reach. This lens is way too heavy for this mount, so when I use the Zion plate for my crane, it actually comes with a lens support. It's not at the right distance, but it does take some of the weight off of the mount. So this is just a quick solution. I don't have to do rails, I don't have to make this any heavier than it has to be, I can just put on this huge lens and quickly put on a lens support.
Stuff forever and ever. There's going to be a slow decline to you getting bought out and just you riding it completely into the sunset. I get that. We all see that here.
And I'm just curious, real quick, as a whole here, and as leaders, I think.
And fully set up. So we have key light, lantern in the middle, giving some soft light. We have 2 hair lights, well, wide on the main camera where all the audio is feeding into, which is a 2-in-1 audio mic from Cinco. It clips right into here. So 1 stripe means mic 1, 2 stripes means mic 2. We got a slate for sound because our editor is going to be taking the files directly into the computer and editing, so no need for time code, just a simple slate. Each interview is about 4 minutes. And everything is set up and ready to go. I do wish I had a C stand because we are at the limits of booming this light overhead. It needs some reinforcement. But other than that, the whole setup looks great. Client is happy with it. Audio is coming in clear. Cables are taped down. Very happy with how this is going. One immediate note from my client is she was extremely happy that there was no shadows on the wall and there was no shadows underneath the eyes of the talent. A couple people have been stopping by just to take pictures of an empty set. Like, you know, I guess they're impressed. So that looks good for me, that looks good for my client, and for the entire conference as a whole. Yep.
Having the customer at the center and then having partners and vendors like yourselves to help them to lead the business outcomes.
I love the design of this. It's a handheld plastic, you know, stick mic type of deal, and you just use the cold shoe of the Rode Go to slide it in. Super simple. The only thing I don't like is that the power button is here. So when you have your windscreen on, you have to take it off in order to power down the device. But it's working really, really well. A couple people have said, oh, it's much lighter than I thought. So, you know, normally handheld mics are quite a bit heavier. Now, these are being a pain right now. So this is a 2-in-1, 2 transmitter, 1 receiver, and I am getting dropouts like crazy. So we had to switch to the Rode Go is going into channel 2, and then my Rode Lav is going into channel 1. So we mic'd up our host, and he is holding an empty one so that we still get the branding, but it's essentially a prop. His audio is coming in through the lavalier. So either I'm gonna have to go get the Rode Go 2s. This is the 1, that's why we're not using the 2-in-1. I have to get the Rode Go 2s at Best Buy, or continue with this prop idea for the next shooting day. I wouldn't mind having these. They take up so much less space than these, and the talent you know, can hide this in a pocket. I can hide it in a shirt. These are big, they're bulky, clunky, so they have their benefits, but we're just using a temporary solution for now. For lenses, we're using the Sigma 24-70 on this C70, and then on the other one, we're using the Sigma 70-200. Hopefully, with the same lens manufacturer, same camera, we can create a very similar image with very minimal color grading. Day number 3, transferring some of the footage from yesterday. We broke down everything except cabling, so need to reset up the entire interview station. First things first, got to build the C70 and get some B-roll of a keynote. My most common request during conferences is to capture organic networking. So I find that when I have my tally light on, it catches people's eye and it kind of breaks the conversation. They look at the camera. So when I don't have that tally light on, I can be very close to them and sometimes they still don't even see me. Okay, so this is our setup for day 3, slightly different, adding a monitor so I don't have to reach over to look at that. I can just see what he sees with the info display on, and I can check settings. And I'm liking this setup a little bit more. It also looks a little bit more professional to the client too. I wouldn't say the C70 is a big camera, but I will put accessories on it to make it bigger if it helps me in my workflow. And I've heard people say that it's a bummer, it's a negative that a big camera can impress a client, and I just don't understand that logic because there are a million factors that can impress a client. It can be your hygiene, it can be how articulate you are, it could be the clothes you wear, the car you drive in. All of these are minimal factors that convey to another human, whether they are a client or not, things about you. So if you had a handyman come in to your house to do a repair and one just had a tool belt and the other one opened a van full of equipment, you would say, I think that guy has more options to solve problems. And it's similar to this. You do not need every piece of gear, but having a big presence on set is an easy way to convey that you have options to work with when problems arise. All right, that is a wrap. As far as our interviews go, we did 25 in total, and we're breaking down and have 3 evening receptions to go to, delivering that B-roll via Dropbox, but everything else has been transferred on site onto that laptop, and we're done. Just had a great talk with my client. She seemed very happy and is going to give me some feedback next week on what the client thinks. As for the next job, I'm not sure what's going to happen. There's potential I'll be in Las Vegas tomorrow, but it's not confirmed yet. Just wrapped on the 4th and final day, which was a farewell breakfast, but apparently the schedule that was given to me wasn't updated, so I arrived after. So there was a couple of people still hanging around, got B-roll of them networking and some shots of the pool since that was the location, and the client apologized that they didn't get the right schedule. So just got to work with what you have. I got to return the C70 to my local shop, and then right now I'm talking about scheduling rates, negotiating for Rolling Loud in New York. I'm not sure if it'll happen, but I do have a backup DP who I can substitute in for me if they need a recommendation. Beyond that, I'm not sure what other projects I have on the horizon, but I'll keep making the videos. You guys like them, and I like sharing the info, and more importantly, this is just a kind of like a video diary for myself, so I can look back on later. But if you guys get value out of it too, that's great. Hopefully I can get some AdSense on it in the future and make some money off the views as well. So let me know what you guys want to see in the next one, and I'll see if I can grab it.